Hi Virgo, welcome to your end of April 2019 General Tarot Update. It's Rena here. So we're having a full moon, blue moon, 29 degrees of Libra. This is your second house of earned income. So see what transpires around the 19th. See if you have an increase in your moolah. I'm not saying that you will, but you know, just see, test it out. See if it comes true. Whoa. Now you saw that I did that. I got all these major arcana cards. It's like unbelievable. 4 out of 6. So is something major happening at the end of April for Virgos? I have a moon in Virgo. The heart of the matter is the Tower card. So, by the way, somebody wrote to me yesterday and they said, why are you like focusing on, you know, this type of card, this position? It's like, it's the heart of the matter. I was going to say duh. I did say duh. The Tower card is a card, you know, a lot of people think of calamity and, you know, mayhem and something happening unexpectedly that you maybe even unwanted. And while that can be true, I think that the larger message is one of release, of something, and that's to me what that full moon is. 29 degrees of Libra. It's like it's the final degree. They call it the critical degree because it contains all the information on this one, especially because there were 2 of them, and the first one was at 0 degrees. So there was some kind of awareness that happened in March that leads to this crescendo of sorts, or culmination. Actually, it could affect, for some of you, maybe this is a work matter. Perhaps you are, you were, you know, an example would be you discovered that there is, you know, that there is some kind of like at work, they're going to lay off some people and you weren't sure. And maybe you did not expect to be the one. But I want to make this clear. This premise would be what leads to that. I don't think it would be something that, you know, I'm talking about like your work life, because with the full moon in the second house, it can be an ending of a source of income. But this is like something that takes you completely by surprise. And I don't think that if you experienced both of those full moons, that would be the case. I think that there is something, it would be something in life that is more of it kind of pushes you out of inertia. And I think it's like a catalyst. I think that's the best way to look at it. So even in relationships, I think this might even be more in the realm of relationships, because we have here the Lover's card in the past position. So this could be more in your love life, but even there, I've said this before, if somebody gets the divorce papers and they're like, I never expected to get divorce papers, chances are when they really think about it, they realize that they were in a bad relationship, or just at least that they were having problems. They might not have thought the other person had it in them to actually go ahead with it, but they knew that they were in a bad situation. That's to me what the Tower card is. The Tower card can actually be having this eureka moment where you see things very clearly. Even, you know what I even think of as like a spiritual awakening, a Kundalini type of awakening where it's very dramatic, and the old world just like falls away, your old life. And it's, yeah, I definitely think that there's something along those lines, because we have here as the higher message, the Ace of Wands, which is new beginnings, but also dealing with feeling a sense of passion in life. And you know, to me, this almost reminds me of that first full moon that was like at the time of the in the northern hemisphere, the vernal equinox. You know, those leaves, the Aries energy, the beginning of that Aries energy, which was also that full moon. So it might be saying that that's the beginning of that story. And you actually, if you had any kind of revelations, or, you know, something came out then, this is kind of the chapter closing on that, the book closing on that. So the Ace of Wands is about having this new zest for life, I feel. And with the Lover's card in the past position, it might be that a relationship that was committed now is apart. It can be that you made a choice that totally changed your life. And maybe you did it in a very, and you know, the thing is too, it may have been the choice that you had to make, you made in a split second. Maybe that's what the Tower means for you. Is that, because, you know, I do think of Virgo as a cautious sign, as somebody that maybe overthinks things sometimes, is kind of timid, afraid to take chances sometimes, because you know all too well the flaws of the situation. And the thing is, with the Ace of Wands, it's like you get your life back. There's a saying, isn't there, that you have to lose your life to gain your life? Something, I think it's in the Bible. But I mean, it really does speak to me in that sense, that sometimes you have to go through something that is very challenging for some people, but very liberating at the same time. What crosses you is the Page of Swords. Again, I think this is being in the challenge position. This could be very, you know, overly cautious, but almost like paranoid, more than cautious. This could also be a child, especially a child who has some sort of learning disability. So if you are somebody who is making a great change, and yet you have a family, I mean, you're raising children, and maybe you even want to relocate, and you have a child who is a struggling student, and perhaps you're afraid to uproot him or her because you like their teachers or what have you. I mean, this could also be a child. Oh, jeez. Sounds like a helicopter. Oh, well. The advice is the Hierophant, and this is a card that's associated with Taurus. Could be what's coming in, I guess. So it could be timing issues. The new moon in Taurus is beginning of May 4th, and that for you, Virgo, is your 9th house. So that's especially good for long distance travel. It's funny, that's also the house of God. So this is the Hierophant, the Pope. But this card is talking about marriage and tradition. So this is, to me, this can be, I feel like this card is really about you going off on your own, though. Like, this is a new path for you. And, you know, it's funny, though. You know, why did I interpret it necessarily that you're leaving a relationship? It might be that you have, it might actually be that you have had love at first sight. The Lover's card in the past position. Yeah, that could be like love at first sight. And you're just enjoying the Ace of Wands in that context could be having an affair. An affair implies that it's just a physical relationship, but that's not necessarily true. It might be an unencumbered, uncommitted relationship. But the Hierophant is like, put a ring on it. So it's like, it's like this one is, you know, you may be thinking this is just fun and games, but this may be a real relationship that lasts. And if this has anything to do with a marriage that has kind of fractured suddenly, the Hierophant is, to me, a card of tradition, and yet I don't think that it means that you would necessarily stay together unless the other person really is contrite and really makes that effort, and maybe you want to save a marriage like that. That certainly would go along with the Hierophant, and also that idea of keeping the family together. But I don't like to say those kind of things and reinforce that idea unless it's really represented in a person's behavior, that they have truly changed. You know, I really feel like the Hierophant is about, you know, whatever we have dealt with in terms of tradition as being solid, as being valid. And you may, it's almost like, to me, with the Ace of Wands, maybe losing your head for a minute, where you're just like so intoxicated by another person that you would like don't give any thought for tomorrow. And the Hierophant is more about tomorrow and the day after that, and that kind of enduring type of a thing. Also, again, you know, timing with the Taurus, the outcome, the Star card, healing, hope restored, faith restored in light, the unseen forces, that feeling of like everything being in divine order as far as I'm concerned. Like, I feel like with the Tower card, if something shook you up, then you have this, because I feel like with the Tower card, this may be something that you've already experienced, that you're kind of like trying to deal with and kind of like make sense out of. And the Star card is like, now I know there was a reason for this. It didn't just happen. This isn't a random chaotic universe. This really happened for a good reason. And I have to just embrace that fact and not kind of push back on it. Okay, that's what I have for you, Virgo. So if you'd like a personal reading, the link is below. My website is rainamoonastrology.com. Have a great rest of your month. Bye.